Lesson 194. I place the future in the hands of God. Welcome to the Qigong support for A Course in Miracles. I am Judith and this is the Lucid Mind Center. And how we're going to do this today, we're going to very quickly align to our higher self. Remember that this body belongs to this earth, and connect to our higher self, connect to our central channel, and sink our breath down into our lower dantian, into our lower energy field, which according to the Chinese medicine is for us to become aware of our higher consciousness. Our body has to be properly rooted in the awareness of this earth. And after that, we're going to read and contemplate our Course in Miracle lesson together. And at the end, I'm going to guide you to a Qigong class, which is going to help you internalize this lesson better. So come in, you can sit in a lotus position on your sofa, or you can put your legs down on the sofa. You can come to the edge of the sofa. Today, I'm going to sit in lotus position, and we are just going to connect ourselves to the earth. We're going to remember that this body belongs to earth, and we're going to place the future into the hands of God, into the hands of this divine intelligence, this source energy, which is all the way around us and all the way within us. And Qigong means the skill or practice to move Qi, and Qi is the life force energy. And Qi is a form. Qi is a form which is making our heart beat, which is making our lungs breathe, which is making our blood circulate through our body, according to Chinese medicine. And it is also, when you're refining that Qi, you can refine it into Shen, which is like the spiritual awareness, and with that connect to the source. So let's just connect to the Qi of the air, to the energy of the air, and then bring this energy to our nose by inhaling through the nose. And then just exhale down. Imagine that you have got like a channel. Exhale it down into your lower dantian. Put a smile on your face. Remember that you have a central channel which is coming in through your crown of your head, and it's going down all the way through your body and coming out of your perineum at the pelvic floor, right between your genitals and the anus. So you can inhale and then exhale down. And imagine that you are just anchoring your awareness through that perineum, through that pelvic floor, into that earth. This point is called Hui Yin. This is called Bai Hui. And through those 2 points, this is the most yin point, this is the most yang point, there is that central channel. And that central channel is the connection to our source energy. The yang is the light. So we are connected here to the light of the universe. So let's do it one more time, just making connection between the three energy fields through our nose. Inhale. And now imagine that you are connecting the energy field to the heart. Exhale. And down into the lower energy field, the lower dantian. And last one. Inhale. Smile. And now sink the smile to your heart. Exhale. And now collect air into your heart. And sink your smile into the lower dantian. Very good. And now when you inhale, we're going to bring that energy from the perineum, from that Hui Yin point, up all the way to our crown of the head, which is called the Bai Hui. So inhale. Connect to the heavenly source. And exhale. Imagine that you have got like a funnel here, which is coming down through that central channel and then coming out and anchoring itself like the roots of a tree in the earth. Exhale. And now inhale through those roots. Inhale up, smile. Connect to that heavenly source and exhale down. You almost have got like a form of a tree. At the bottom you have got the roots, and at the top you have got the crown of the tree. And every single one of your leaves is connected to this heavenly source, to this heavenly force, to that divine self. And exhale down. And just rest here a moment, put that smile on the face, and notice how joyful and happy you are just with those few minutes of connection. Very good. Now we are ready to read our lesson together. Let's begin. Lesson 194. I place the future in the hands of God. Today's idea takes another step toward quick salvation and a giant stride it is indeed. So great a distance is that it encompasses. It sets you down just short of heaven with the goal in sight and obstacles behind. Your foot has reached the lawns that welcome you to heaven's gate, the quiet place of peace where you await with certainty the final step of God. How far are we progressing now from earth? How close are we approaching to our goal? How short the journey still to be pursued? And that is a very interesting clue here. It means that you have to kind of project yourself away from earth. But the thing what most people are doing wrong is they are trying to project themselves from out to the earth through this vision, through the sight which you are kind of observing with your sight, or with the space you're observing with your skin, or what you're hearing with your ears. But what you want to really do is you want to come first within. You kind of turn all your senses within and become aware of your inner space. And then you can catapult yourself, or you can move out, expand yourself from this space out to that place which is beyond your field of perception. And that is part of meditation. This is part of visualization and understanding how this alchemical process works. Qigong, they are masters at inner alchemy, at understanding how to go within so you can go without. The only way out is in. Accept today's idea and you have passed all anxiety. I place the future in the hand of God. I place my own future in the hands of God. All pits of hell, all blackness and depression, thoughts of sin and devastation brought about by guilt, we will pass with this particular idea. Accept today's idea and you have released the world from all imprisonment by loosening the heavy chains that lock the door to freedom on it. Our idea is, I place the future in the hands of God. You are saved, and your salvation thus becomes the gift you give the world because you have received. And this is something which you can do internally. So if you understand this particular idea, it is not just kind of saying it, but kind of imagining it. You can kind of imagine. I like to do this. I like to imagine that I am placing the problems into those giant hands, because this is how my mind works. My mind is fixated on this body. So if this is the only way I can imagine it, then I'm kind of imagining that I'm taking this problem in the form of a picture, or a country, or a ball, or a whatever. If I'm, for example, thinking of the problem which is happening in Palestine and in Israel, then I'm taking this on the map. I'm taking this kind of problem and I'm placing it into those giant hands, which is the Father of us all. And I'm saying, you find a solution for that, or any other kind of problems we may have anywhere in the world, or my own problem. I just take my own problem. Like, for example, I feel I don't have enough time. And this is manifesting itself in the form that I get a lot of stress when I have got a lot of tasks which I find are taking my time away from the time I actually want to spend on contemplating the course or building on the Qigong. And if I don't have enough time for that, then this is obstructing me and it can give me anxiety. So I like to take this in the form of my whole desk, for example, and just place it into the hands of God. So this is a way to do it. In no one instant is depression felt or pain experienced or loss perceived. In no one instant can sorrow be set upon a throne and worshipped faithfully. In no one instant can one even die. And so each instant given unto God in passing with the next one given him already is a time of your release from sadness, pain, and even death itself. So each moment that you are giving this unto God, each one of those moments are you saved. God holds your future as he holds your past and present. They are one to him, and so they should be one to you. Yet in this world, the temporal progression still seems real. And so you are not asked to understand the lack of sequence really found in time. You are but asked to let the future go and place it in God's hands. And you will see by your experience that you have laid the past and present in his hands as well, because the past will punish you no more and future dread will now be meaningless. So exercise this visual. I place the future, I place my own future in the hands of God. Just play around with it. You got to allow yourself to play. You got to allow yourself to play with your imagination. At the Monroe Institute, we have a very good expression about those old pumps. If you remember, where you had like a handle which you had to lift up, and the water would come down. And if the pump would not push up the water, you would have to take a cup of water or 2 cups of water and put it in on the top and then start pumping. And this particular vacuum of that pump, and of the water on top of it, would actually pull the water up from the ground, and then water would come. And this is how it works with the imagination. You first use your imagination to create the field, to create what you would like to see. You're projecting out what you would like to see, and then eventually the imagination or the vision you are having starts having a life on its own. And that is what we want to do. We are first setting the stage, and we are saying, this is what I want to experience. And then you imagine yourself doing this. You imagine yourself placing your future, or the future of the world, or whatever other future there is, into the hands of God. The future of my children, I hand it into the hands of God. The future of my husband, I place it into the hands of God. My own future, I place it into the hands of God. This is kind of an act of surrender. I surrender to you because you know better. God holds your future as he holds your past and present. They are one to him, and so they should be one to you. Yet in this world, the temporal progression still seems real. And so you are not asked to understand the lack of sequence really found in time. You are but asked to let the future go and place it in God's hands. And you will see by your experience that you have laid the past and present in his hands as well, because the past will punish you no more and future dread will now be meaningless. Release the future, for the past is gone, and what is present, freed from its bequest of grief and misery, of pain and loss, becomes the instant in which time escapes the bondage of illusion, where it runs its pitiless, inevitable course. Then is each instant which was slave to time transformed into a holy instant, when the light that was kept hidden in God's Son is freed to bless the world. Now is he free, and all his glory shines upon a world made free with him to share his holiness. If you can see the lesson for today as the deliverance it really is, you will not hesitate to give as much consistent effort as you can to make it be part of you. As it becomes a thought which rules your mind, a habit in your problem-solving repertoire, a way of quick reaction to temptation, you extend your learning to the world. And as you learn to see salvation in all things, so will the world perceive that it is saved. What worry can beset the one who gives his future to the loving hands of God? What can he suffer? What can cause him pain or bring experience of loss to him? What can he fear? And what can he regard except with love? For he who has escaped all fear of future pain has found his way to present peace and certainty of care the world can never threaten. He is sure that his perception may be faulty, but will never lack correction. He is free to choose again when he has been deceived, to change his mind when he has made mistakes. Place then your future in the hands of God, for thus you call the memory of him to come again, and replacing all your thoughts of sin and evil with the truth of love. Think you the world could fail to gain thereby, and every living creature not respond with healed perception? So surrender it. Give the world, the whole world, lay it into the hands of God, if that is what is worrying you. Any idea which is worrying it, lay it into the hands of God. This is also where the altar situation comes in. I told you the altar is like a connection point. You can also lay it on the altar. But for me personally, I very much like this idea of laying my future into these giant hands where I know that they will look after me, will look after all of us. Who entrusts himself to God has also placed the world within the hands to which he has himself appealed for comfort and security. He lays aside the sick illusion of the world along with his and offers peace to both. And here, this is a very, very important key here. It is the way we are looking at the world. If we are looking at the world that it is threatening and it's stealing our time, like I just said at the beginning, if I'm looking at the world like this, then I believe that I'm the victim of the world. Then this is some sort of an evil world, and this is what the Course calls the illusion. You got to step away from that and see that the world is a happy place. And by the way to do this is just laying this entire world, this pain you may have, the pain which might arise anywhere in your body. Just imagine that you are picking it up and you're laying into these hands of God, the whole future of this. If you have an illness, lay the whole future of this illness into the hands of God. Just imagine that you're laying your whole body into the hands of God. Allow yourself to use your imagination. Your mind is way more powerful than you have allowed yourself to believe. And don't throw the tools into the bin just because you think that they are worthless. Try them. Use them. Use this body. Use your imagination. Use the breath. Use meditation. Use exercise. Eat the right food. Use all the different tools which are going to help you coming closer to their goal, which is joy and happiness. Use forgiveness, which you want to get back to this salvation. Now are we saved indeed, for in God's hands we rest untroubled, sure that only good can come to us. If we forget, we will be gently reassured. If we accept an unforgiving thought, it will be soon replaced by love's reflection. If we just allow ourselves to surrender to this wisdom, to this caring, nurturing energy. And just remember that the earth is this caring, nurturing energy, that earth actually provides everything our body needs to survive. It even provides other humans, which we need for our emotional and our mental well-being. And remember that the earth is within heaven, is within the Creator. The same as we are within the Creator, and the Creator is within us as Christ consciousness. If we forget, we will be gently reassured. If we accept an unforgiving thought, it will be soon replaced by love's reflection. And if we are tempted to attack, we will appeal to Him who guards our rest to make the choice for us that leaves temptation far behind. So if you want to attack, just give yourself one moment of a breath and just say, you take over. Allow this Christ consciousness to take over, your Holy Spirit, your God, the Father, whatever you can accept as the truth, let that take over, that light, let it take over. No longer is the world an enemy then, for we have chosen that we be its friends, the friends of the world, because then this world we are seeing becomes a real world. This is a very, very beautiful lesson. I definitely suggest you read this a couple of times more. And also I want to remind you that the Course has reminded us many, many lessons ago for the last time that we should read or dedicate a certain amount of time first thing in the morning and last things at night, and that we should really dedicate, if we could, at least 5 minutes of every waking hour to the idea we are practicing. And as we are going to be progressing, the Course is going to really request us to be in constant awareness that we are the Holy Child of God, that we have the Christ within, and that we are actually the Christ if we allow ourselves to be it, that we are the light of the world. So for this beautiful lesson, I place the future in the hands of God. I am going to suggest a standing and a seated meditation. And also I'm going to invite you over today to my new channel, which is a Qigong class, which is a Qigong channel where there is Qigong classes which are influenced by A Course in Miracles, but which are not using the Course in Miracle languages. So for this particular class, I'm suggesting this seated Qigong class here, this standing Qigong class, and here I'm inviting you to my new English Qigong channel. Love, light, and Qi to you.